All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today we're cracking open one of the most famous success books of all time, Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. We're going to get right to its core concept, this idea that your state of mind can literally shape your financial reality. You see, right out of the gate, the book makes this really bold claim. It says that building wealth isn't just about hard work or grinding it out every day. No, it all starts with a very specific, cultivated state of mind. It's about making a shift from just wanting success to actually embodying it in your every thought.
So to really wrap our heads around this, we're going to follow a roadmap. We'll start with this idea of the mind as a magnet, then look at the default setting most of us get stuck in. From there, we'll get into the solution, the actual step-by-step method, and finally, the one non-negotiable ingredient you need to make any of it work.
Okay, so let's jump right into this first big idea. The philosophy in this book presents our brains as these incredibly powerful magnets. But what in the world are they attracting?
And this is the absolute core of it all. The book argues that whatever thoughts you allow to dominate your mind, day in and day out, you will actively attract circumstances that match them. It's not passive wishing, it's an active pull. In fact, it says that to even get started, we have to magnetize our minds with an intense desire for riches.
So, if our mind is a magnet, the book says it can pull in two very different things. And this is where it gets really interesting, because it frames these as two opposing forces that are constantly at war for our attention.
And here is the fundamental challenge. The book warns that a poverty consciousness will voluntarily seize the mind which is not occupied with the money consciousness. I mean, just think about that. It's the path of least resistance. It's like our mental factory setting. Success, on the other hand, that's an act of will. It has to be built intentionally, piece by piece.
Okay, so if failure and poverty are the default settings, then the solution is to take manual control of the system. It's all about deliberately and methodically overwriting that old programming with a new, powerful operating system that's laser-focused on success.
Now, this goes way beyond just, thinking positive. This is about creating an immersive mental state. The goal is to make your desire so intense, so all-consuming, that it starts to feel less like some distant future goal and more like your current reality. You have to literally be able to see it, feel it, and believe it's yours long before it ever shows up in your bank account.
Right, so how do you actually do this? How do you build this kind of unshakable mindset? Well, this isn't just theory. The book lays out a very clear, step-by-step formula to get there.
And here it is, the 6 specific steps to turn an idea, an intangible desire, into its actual financial equivalent. Now notice the emphasis on being definite. There are no vague wishes here for a lot of money. You need a precise number, a clear value you'll provide, a hard deadline, and a written-down plan. This is what creates a concrete target for your mind to lock onto.
But the real secret sauce, the real magic, is in that 6th step. This is where something called auto-suggestion comes into play. And honestly, it sounds a lot like the visualization and affirmation practices we hear about so much today. The idea is that reading that statement aloud, twice a day, while truly feeling the emotion of having already achieved it, that's how you bypass your conscious mind and start programming your subconscious directly.
But here's the thing. Just repeating empty words isn't enough. The source material is crystal clear on this. For your thoughts to actually have creative power, they have to be mixed with powerful emotion. These 7 positive emotions are described as the fuel, the active element, that gives your thoughts the energy they need to become reality. It's a pretty simple idea when you think about it. You can't possibly attract success and wealth if your mind is constantly filled with fear or doubt or envy. The book insists that you have to consciously and deliberately feed your mind with the positive emotions that actually match the reality you're trying to build.
And finally, let's talk about the one ingredient the book calls absolutely essential. Because achieving, and just as importantly, maintaining this state of success consciousness, well, it comes at a price.
And that price is unwavering persistence. It's the grit. It's the sustained effort to apply these principles day in and day out, to rebuild your plans when they fail, and to keep pushing forward even when you're faced with what feels like defeat. The text calls it everlasting persistence, and it's what turns all these actions into an unbreakable habit.
So in the end, the entire philosophy really boils down to this one powerful question. Nature, the universe, whatever you want to call it, has given us absolute control over one thing and one thing only, our thoughts. Every invention, every business, every great achievement, it all started as a thought. So the book leaves us with this ultimate challenge. Recognizing that power is one thing, but will you actually choose to use it?